Okay, let's do a follow-up on that 4320 that we talked about a couple of weeks ago. If you're just catching up, it was a clean, straight, two-owner tractor, 9,000 some hours on it. It was a nice machine. Last night, it sold on a retirement auction that Riley Searon was hosting, just a little bit south and east of Iowa City. And it brought 20K on the nose. And I know that there was at least one of you who got it right on the money in the comments. So nice work. So this tractor beat our TZ Pro average for similar machines. And I think there's probably three reasons why. I mean, on its own, it was a nice tractor for sure, but I think there's more to it. It was part of a really nice retirement lineup. You know, from the oldest piece to the newest, it was all super clean, very, very well maintained. Most of it was one owner. Two, it was really nicely presented. Photos, good photos, drone video, the works. And furthermore, Riley chose the date and time that he photographed the equipment pretty carefully too. And there is an art and science to that we can go into later. Also, it was really well marketed. I just about guarantee that unless you live under a rock, if you were a prospective auction buyer in the Midwest, you could have seen an ad for this sale somewhere over the past month and a half. And I mean, whether or not you remember it, you know, that's a different story, but the premise still stands. And he had it listed on Tractor Zoom, which didn't hurt either. But either way, I think there's a few things that we can take away from this, and maybe you can apply to your sales, whether it's you're having an auction or marketplace sales or whatever. But one, presentation matters. Regardless of whether you're working with an auctioneer, selling something on marketplace, you got to take the time to document the equipment properly. I promise you, it's time well spent. I mean, we live in a day and age where the majority of the stuff that we buy and sell these days, it's all online. Photos and videos are the only thing that buyers have to form an opinion about you and whatever you're selling and whether they're interested. And lastly, make sure you're doing your part to promote what you're selling too when you're doing it online. You know, share the auction on your socials, share your marketplace listings to the right Facebook groups. You know, if you're working with an auctioneer, ask them to do the same. Also, tell them you want your stuff listed on Tractor Zoom. You know, it doesn't cost anything for an auctioneer to work with us, so that should be a pretty easy one. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you'd be interested in a more full-blown series on this, let me know in the comments. Maybe we can put something together. I've written an article about it. Maybe we can do something fun with that. Anyway, take care.